Hey guys, it's me Sonia. I'm here again with another video. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that watched my previous video and subscribed and liked it and shared it over their social media. I really appreciate it. I really do. Hope you guys are really liking it. I'm gonna do another multiple murder stories unsolved, but this is a Valentine's Day look, and the murders are also Valentine's Day related. So I really hope you guys enjoy it. Keep sharing, my video on your social media, liking it, commenting it, everything. I really appreciate it. And I'm not doing a voiceover today because many of you requested for me to just talk, normally through the video. So I'm gonna attempt to do that. But thank you so much for watching and being here, and I appreciate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera just because it's gonna be the same steps, same products, and then I'll come back on. Okay guys, so my eyebrows are set. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna be doing my eyeshadow, and I'm gonna be using the COLOURPOP new palette that they have, the Cherish. It came out like a set of 5 in this little container. This is the palette I will be using today. I'm also gonna be using this MORPHE palette. It's called 3B, Nude 3B. On this one, I'm only using the center color. Okay, so the first murder story that I'm going to be talking about, it is the murder of Jodine Sarin. This happened on Valentine's Day in 2007. I'm just taking that color there. So on Valentine's Day in 2007, Art and Louise Sarin went to visit their 39-year-old daughter Jodine at her condo. Jodine was mentally disabled, and even though she was able to live independently, she still required frequent visits from her parents to check on her. When the Sarins arrived at the condo that night, the lights were on, but they could not unlock the front door because the chain was latched. After receiving no answer when they called out Jodine's name, Art, her father, busted open the door. He walked into her darkened bedroom and was surprised to find his daughter having sex with an unidentified man. Art told the man to get dressed and leave, while both he and Louise waited in another room. After several minutes had passed, Jodine had not come out to meet her parents. The Sarins returned to the bedroom and were treated to a horrifying sight. Jodine's lifeless nude body was now lying on the bed. She had been beaten and strangled to death. Incredibly, Jodine's killer had been brazen enough to murder her while her parents were still inside the apartment, and somehow managed to sneak out before they discovered what he had done. It's also possible that the sex between Jodine and her killer was not consensual, and her parents unknowingly walked in on her while she was in the midst of being raped. DNA evidence was collected from the crime scene, but thus far, Jodine Sarin's murderer has never been caught or identified. So we're going on 14 years of her murder. But to think that she was dying while her parents were in the room next door, that has to be tough on them as parents. So that was on Valentine's Day of 2007. today's lashes, I'm gonna actually use Vegas nail lashes by EYLURE. For today, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do another story while I do my foundation and my base. Today I'm using the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Foundation. 210N is my color. I'm gonna apply it today with a foundation brush. I really haven't liked the way it has applied with sponge, a beauty sponge. So I'm gonna try it with a brush today and see how it looks. So this next story is called The Disappearance of China Rose Sims. It's an unsolved disappearance. So in February 1988, English furniture dealer David Sims took a business trip to the Philippines and got married to a woman named China Rose, who was 20 years younger than him. China accompanied her new husband back to England, and the couple eventually moved into a house in South End. However, the marriage started to fall apart, and China told her sister that she wanted to leave David because he was becoming violent towards her. She even claimed that David told her that he'd hire someone to kill her because that would be cheaper than getting a divorce. On Valentine's Day in 1993, China attended a family party, and this was the last time anyone could confirm seeing her alive. Valentine's Day in 1993. Even though China had expressed interest in returning to the Philippines to see her ill father, she never contacted her family again. Not only did China go missing without explanation, but her husband dropped off the map as well. David was last seen at the couple's home approximately 2 months after China's disappearance, but he subsequently vanished without explanation. Even though David had 2 daughters from a previous marriage, he ceased contact with them. Years later, police tracked down Jeffrey Paston, who he previously shared the home with David and China, the home they used to live in. According to Paston, David asked him to sell the house and put the proceeds in an account under David's alias, Anthony Peter Lewis. They transferred money to that account, and some of it was taken out, but there was still some that stayed that no one ever touched. It's strongly speculated that China was murdered, but until she or her husband are found, the case will remain unsolved. 1993, this is when that happened. So do y'all think that China's husband murdered her? Do you think they could have both been murdered by someone, but then he had an account made under a different name? Do you think he took her and they just ran away somewhere? Or do you think he killed her? For concealer today, I'm going to use the COVERGIRL True Blend. I don't know how I feel about this foundation. I've tried it already 3 times and I don't know. So for bronzer, I'm gonna use Fenty Beauty Shady Biz. So this next murder is another murder, Valentine's murder that took place in Houston. The murder of Mary Lou Jerry. On the morning of Valentine's Day in 1986, Stephen Jerry left his Houston home to go to work. According to Stephen, his wife Mary Lou was still in bed at the time. A few hours later, Stephen called Mary Lou's mother, Maria Serrato, from his workplace. Stephen claimed that Mary Lou wasn't answering the phone and asked Maria to visit their home to help Mary Lou prepare for a party that day. Maria complied, but when she arrived at the Jerry residence, Mary Lou was shot 4 times, and her body contained bullets from both a .38 and a .22. There was no sign of a break-in or robbery, and it wasn't long before suspicion turned towards Stephen, her husband. While Stephen owned several handguns, none of those were used to shoot Mary Lou. And he seemed to have an alibi. However, some aspects of Stephen's alibi seemed a little suspicious. That particular morning, Stephen left the house a few hours earlier than usual and ran errands by visiting several different locations: 7-Eleven, post office, and a donut shop. After the murder, Stephen raised some eyebrows by returning to all these same locations, specifically reminding the employees that he had been there the previous morning. A possible motive was $400,000 insurance policy that Stephen had taken out on his wife. Mary Lou's parents actually took Stephen to court to prevent him from collecting the insurance money, accusing him of being responsible for the murder. The two parties eventually reached an out-of-court settlement, but the details about the settlement are sealed. Stephen Gary has always maintained his innocence, so officially, his wife's murder is still unsolved. So that was on Valentine's Day, 1986. So that's going on 35 years already. Do y'all think the husband killed her? You think he hired someone to kill her? It reminds me of the story going on now that I think it's 2 years old, the lady that got shot here in Houston when she was preparing for her garage sale. Someone came up to her and shot her in the garage. I think it was the husband, not necessarily him, but maybe his mistress. In the videos, it looks like a lady running, but then again, it could have been a man running like a lady. I think that was set up by the husband, but I don't know. What do y'all think? I feel like when it comes to these, to the murders, it's so easy to blame the husband. But that's gonna be it for today. This is the final makeup look. I hope y'all enjoy it. I'm thinking of doing another Valentine's look. Natural eyelids, maybe a darker lip, a bolder lip statement. Let me know what y'all think. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Please continue to watch. Thank you to those who already subscribed and have been following and gave me positive feedback. I love it. But thank you so much, and I hope to see y'all next time. Bye.